In this video, I will show you how you can hike to the Glecksteinhütte near Grindelwald. So, the Glecksteinhütte hike. The Glecksteinhütte is located at this big mountain and very close to the famous town of Grindelwald. Also, it's close to the famous mountain the Wetterhorn, the Schreckhorn, but also the even bigger one, the Eiger. To get to the Glecksteinhütte you have to make an 11-kilometer hike with around 1100 meters of altitude gain. The path itself is quite narrow with steep drop-offs, but it's not that technical. If you're a very novice hiker, I wouldn't instantly recommend it, but if you want to make that step up from the easy hikes, this one might be great for you. The views of the surrounding mountain range and the valley of Grindelwald are very spectacular. From the hut you're also facing eye to eye with a big glacier. So where to start this beautiful hike? Well, you basically always have to start in Grindelwald, but you can also be located at Interlaken or Lauterbrunnen or other villages nearby. In Grindelwald, you have two options. If you are with the car, you park at the Autoparkplatz of the Hotel Wetterhorn, or you take the bus from Grindelwald Center a little bit further up near the Ischenbodenhütte. There's a bus stop and from there you can start your hike. If you start at the bus stop, your hike is a little bit less long and a little bit less demanding because you're starting a little bit higher. But if you're there with the car, you can park for free near Hotel Wetterhorn. But first, how to get to Grindelwald. Grindelwald is located quite in the center of Switzerland. You can go here by car, of course, or take the train. From all the bigger cities of Switzerland you can take a train. From Bern it takes 1.5 hours, from Geneva it's 3.5 hours, from Zurich it's 2.5 hours, and you can even take it from Paris. Take a train from Paris to Geneva and from there take another train. So it's easily accessible by the great train network of Switzerland, or of course you can take your own car. But if you're from outside of Europe, you can fly into the bigger cities of Switzerland and take a train from there. From Grindelwald itself you can take a bus from Grindelwald Grund. The bus will take you to the Hotel Wetterhorn where you can start, or a little bit higher up where you can start your own hike. There are no cable cars to reach the Glecksteinhütte, so you really have to walk every part. Alright, so a summary of the hike. The hike itself is around 11 kilometers with 1100 meters of elevation gain. You're walking on the side of a big mountain, so the drop-offs are quite steep. The path can be narrow, but it's not that technical. Although you have to cross one smaller waterfall, which feels a bit sketchy, but is very nice. At the steepest sections there will be ropes to hold on to. Let's start in the valley, at Hotel Wetterhorn. As you can see, there's a big parking place out here. Now, I will just show you. We are here, and we are walking all the way up there. It will be an elevation gain of 1100 meters. You start hiking through the woods, and you climb slowly but steadily as you follow this small stream. I'll zoom out a bit so we can see a little bit better. You start right here and walk all the way in the shadow of the mountain. After a while, you make a steep U-turn and you start climbing the side of the mountain. With a big backdrop of the Eiger and other really high mountain sides, you make a turn to your left, where you walk into the canyon. Once you're walking into the canyon, you can see the path here. It goes a little bit up and down, up and down. After around 3 kilometers, you will really start climbing again. So you make this crossbacks on your final climb to the Glecksteinhütte. So the whole climb itself won't be more than 5.5 kilometers. So you really have to climb quite steep at some parts. You start off quite steep, have a little bit of a flatter section, but you're still climbing, and then after a while the last part is really steep again. But then you can celebrate your achievement with beautiful views of this glacier here. And of course from the Glecksteinhütte you have great views of the whole Grindelwald valley. If you've done some other hikes in the area as well, big chance you can even see the Faulhorn and the Bachelopsee on the other side of the valley. A very important detail, because the path can be quite narrow and the drop-offs are steep, I won't advise to use sneakers. Wear proper shoes with enough grip, especially when it has been raining. When it's raining, it will be really slippery sometimes. If you are interested in hiking guides like this, please make sure to subscribe and check out my channel, as I made more beautiful big hikes in the area. So is this hike for you? As you saw, the hike itself contains quite a lot of climbing, but it's not that long, so it would be a great suggestion for a day hike. It's 11 kilometers and you take the same route back as which you used to climb the mountain. It's not technical, but it is steep, so if you have vertigo or you're afraid of heights, this might not be the right one. If you have been hiking some easier hikes for a while and you feel like you're ready for the next step, this one might suit you really well. You have beautiful views of the valley of Grindelwald, you have beautiful views of the Wetterhorn and also of the Eiger in the beginning and of this big Ober Grindelwald glacier. So, if you're not afraid of heights, you've been hiking for a little bit and you feel like you want a nice day hike, this one is for you. Of course, if you're really experienced, this hike is great for you as well because the views are magnificent. If you want to climb mountains in the area, great start of your adventure. So which month could you do this hike? Well, the hut is open from mid-June to the end of September, but it depends on the weather, of course. Gear. Which gear should you bring? Well, it's not a very long hike, and you can eat and drink some in the Glecksteinhütte, of course. But make sure to take enough water and food with you, and wear proper shoes with enough grip. I think this hike is very doable on trail runners, but I would not recommend sneakers. If you feel more comfortable in the bigger mountain shoes, go ahead, that works as well, of course. I would advise to bring poles if you like to hike with hiking poles, because they will give you a little bit more stability and a little bit more comfort if the path gets narrow. Ibex. There have been quite a lot of sightings of wild groups of ibex near the Glecksteinhütte. If you want to see this king of the mountains in the wild, this hike is especially suited for you. But of course there will be no guarantee of seeing them. So what can you combine this hike with? Of course, if you're climbing mountains, there are a lot of beautiful peaks in the area to climb. And then this Glecksteinhütte can be a really great base camp for you. You can also easily combine it with a hike to the Faulhorn and the Bachelopzee, for example, or the other side of the valley. You can hike near the Eiger Noordwand, or you can visit the beautiful town of Lauterbrunnen, one valley next to Grindelwald Valley. And you can also even combine it with the famous hike of the Haarlegrad, which is from Interlaken and also very nearby. You will most likely pass Interlaken on your way to Grindelwald. So you're not only traveling to Grindelwald from the Glecksteinhütte, but there are many beautiful options in the area. And then sleeping. Camping near the Glecksteinhütte is not allowed, so don't bother bringing your own tent. But you can eat and sleep in the Glecksteinhütte. The cheapest option will be 46 francs, which translates to around 46 euros. This will be in a dormitory without food included. If you want to stay in a comfort room, so no more than 4 people, and have half board, so dinner and breakfast, you will pay around 97 francs for one night per person. So it's not cheap, but seeing the sunset and sunrise from the Glecksteinhütte must be magical. Well, I hope this video answers the questions you have to hiking the Glecksteinhütte, and I would really recommend this beautiful hike. The scenery is magical, the hike is challenging but very doable, and the views are just breathtaking. It's a very nice day hike, but if you have the time and you have the money, you can spend the night in the Glecksteinhütte itself. If you liked this video and want to see more hiking guides, please make sure to subscribe and follow along.